Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Beardiola's Retro Night, where we are playing Championship Manager 0102 and managing my hometown club, Stevenage Borough. And if you're watching this on YouTube, this is a recording of a stream. We're currently, at the time of this recording, live over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Beardiola. It's too late for you to join in this episode, but feel free to pop over there, give us a follow, and you can come and join in with the chat next time instead of watching it as a recording on YouTube. We've got Spyro Cov in the chat. How you doing, Spyro? I am good. I'm not too bad, mate. How are you? Good to see you in here. How did your stream go earlier? Sorry I couldn't pop in, but I did see you were live. We're managing Stevenage Borough. We're going to be talking all things football, all things retro football, all things Champ Man, Football Manager. Give me an update on your FM saves. Do whatever you like, lads. Have a little bit of a ramble. This is what this is all about. Like I say, we are managing Stevenage Borough. We are currently in Season 2. We're still in the conference. We're 5th in the conference after 16 games played. We've only lost 3, but we've drawn way too many. And as you can see, we are 9 points off the leaders. This is our second season. We didn't get promoted in the first season. Didn't go up. Didn't go down. Had a bit of a nothing season, really. And we kind of said this was going to be the year that we'll go for the title. And we tried to prepare a squad that we thought was going to be good enough to do that. It's still relatively early days, but I've got a feeling that the games that we're going to be playing in this episode here, in this stream, they're probably going to define our season a little bit. We're out of the FA Cup. I think we're still in the FA Trophy. That hasn't been drawn yet. And we're in the Vans Trophy, which I'm not expecting to do much in because we end up playing all the league teams. To be honest, I'm not too fussed about that. We'll probably rotate for this game here and focus on the league games. That's kind of where we're at. Last episode, we brought in a lot of new players, a lot of foreign players. We sent our scouts everywhere, and we'll probably continue to do that because players were a lot cheaper than signing players from other teams in England and in the UK. We went to Scotland for some. We went to Scandinavia. We went to Spain for a couple. We were looking at some Italian players. So I think that based on where we're at this season, we're going to, we're probably going to end up signing a few more and trying to have a real good crack at the league. Another trophy that we want to go for is, of course, the FA Trophy. That holds more weight for me than the Vans Trophy. So we're going into the second round and we're playing Telford, who are 13th in our league. I feel like that's not a bad draw. We're at home as well. I didn't see when that was scheduled for, but no doubt we'll be playing that tonight. Spyro, how's your save going, mate? Okay, so 22nd of November, in 10 days' time, we're definitely going to be playing that one. Did we have anybody that we were kind of actively in the middle of a transfer for? I don't think so. So the last player we brought in was Miguel Aguado, who's come off the bench once in the league and once in the cup and scored 1 goal. So he could be a good little signer for us. So we signed him on a free. He's already worth 12 grand. Maybe we'll keep an eye on him, but you can sort of see where we're going for these players. Lots of frees. We signed a lad from Wales, Scotland, Skold, who are in Sweden, I think. Denmark, maybe. Spain, Ostersons. We signed a Swedish/Spanish fullback from there. So we're globetrotting. We're sending our scouts everywhere. Nowhere on this planet is off limits for us. Spyro, it's going well. I'm in the 4th season, mid-table finish League One, trying to push for playoffs. Nice. Do you see yourself staying at one club for this save? If people don't know, this is Spyro Cov, who streams Football Manager, and is definitely well worth a follow over on Twitch at Spyro Cov. I popped into a couple of his streams and it's good fun. It's a good watch. I enjoyed myself. yeah, I'm kind of feeling with this save, I want to get Stevenage up to the Premier League. I really want to get Stevenage up to the Premier League. And I think that once we're there, we could potentially look at maybe, do we have a little move? Do we have a move around? You're going to try and stay there for the whole save. Love it. Love it. I kind of did that on FM24 with Hibs. And that's what I kind of feel like. I want to start bouncing around a little bit, but I want to try and get my hometown club from the Conference to the Premier League first. And based on the first season, it's going to be a little bit tougher than what I thought it might. Last episode, as well as all the transfers, we ended up changing system a couple of times. I'm still not convinced that we are settled on the right system. And some people actually commented in the YouTube comments of this recording and kind of gave me some advice not to go long as much and try and mix up the passing a little bit. So yeah, maybe we will play around with that a little bit, depending on how the games go tonight. Daryl Clare is a player that we wanted to sign. We really wanted to sign. He scored loads of goals in the Premier League, in the conference. He got 11 goals and 12 assists in 43 in that first season. Then he signed for Watford for 325 grand. He's played once for Watford, and then Wigan have signed him for 210. So he's moving for some serious dough, this lad. He's moving for some serious money. And I think we've probably missed the boat to sign him for now. Because although we could probably afford 210 grand, we can. Do I want to be spending that all on one player? Probably not. Probably not. We need to assign this scout. Where are we going to send him to? We've done Scandinavia. Do we just go through the list? Do we just send Dave Provorou to Africa? Why not? So Dave's going to Africa for us. Cheers, Dave. When is our next game? It's been over a week. We're going to be well rested. It was Farnborough was the last game, so we've got a 2-week break before we play Telford. That's odd. They must have rearranged some fixtures when that trophy draw was being made. One thing I love about this sort of era of football was the UEFA Cup. No groups, it's just straight knockout, 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 knockout. I believe I'm right in saying that. Yeah. First round, second round, third, fourth, quarters, semis, final. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Everything was... Then it moved to groups. Then it moved to the league system, which I'm not a big fan of. Even the Champions League on 0102, if we ever get there, you'll see. You actually go through 2 group stages once you qualify. So you play in a group of 4, and then the top 2 progress to another round of a group of 4. So a real interesting European setup, I suppose. We are playing Telford. So this is the FA Trophy. We wanna try and do well. I've been saying that this season and last, so I don't think we're going to make too many changes. I'm just trying to check through to see if there's anybody glaringly obvious that we might have left out for whatever reason. The only one I can see is probably Fisher. Where's he gone now? He's disappeared. There he is. Matt Fisher. I think he was injured in the last episode. That's it. We've got to remember there's only 3 subs here as well. So, do we risk the goalkeeper? I think we risk the goalkeeper and we stick Fisher on. He can play up front as well. Then we kind of got defence, midfield and attack covered. Yeah, and I still believe that this is firmly my strongest 11. Most of these are new signings. There's only Jason Goodliff and Dean Martin are the only original Stevenage players that I see as still being part of my strongest 11. The rest have been new signings. We've been busy. We have been busy in the transfer market, and we are 1-0 up. And it is one of those OG players we spoke about, the captain, Jason Goodliff, with a goal. Love that. And like I say, I want to do well. I want to do well in this competition because there's only one spot for promotion in the actual conference league. So it's a hard league to get out of. You got to have little cup runs, I feel, to keep the fans on board, to keep the board happy. And the board only wanted a respectable league position for the first season and for this season. And we finished mid-table, like kind of, I think it was about 8th or 9th we finished in the end. There we go. We got through the second round. And this season, like I say, we're 5th. We're 9 points off the league. I was just reading that, sorry. 9 points off of the league leaders. So we're not a million miles away. We're really not a million miles away. A few good wins and a few results going our way, and we could be right in the mix here. I'm feeling good about it. Definitely feeling good. We got Dylan in the Twitch chat. How you doing, Dylan? Oh, thank you so much for the sub as well. Much appreciated, mate. How you doing? And dare I ask where in the world you are managing on Football Manager at the moment? As it seems to change every week. We do this stream weekly. And every week you're in a different country managing somewhere else. There you go, you're in France now. How have you ended up there? Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. I'm not too bad. Not too bad. You must be a bit nervous with the old running. Is there only one more game? Dylan's a Rangers fan. Is there only one more game before the league splits in Scotland? You started in the 5th division. That's where you started. Where are you now? One game into the split, yeah. I watched the Aberdeen Hibs game earlier. As you can see, wearing my Hibs shirt. And I saw the Hearts result. So you started in the 5th division, you're currently 5th in League One. And all this has happened in a week, by the way. Dylan plays some serious Football Manager. So we got Farnborough or Northwich Victoria in the 3rd round. How many rounds here? There's not many rounds to get through. Get through the 3rd, you're in the 4th. And that is essentially the quarterfinals. You're on your Easter holiday, that's why. Nothing else to do apart from playing FM. Yeah, I remember those days. I'm an old man now. I've got more stuff to do than just play this. Unfortunately. Yeah, Farnborough Northwich Victoria it's not bad. Both teams are doing well. We probably want to avoid Northwich Victoria as much as possible, I would suggest, as they are doing well in the league. They're 9 points ahead of us in the league. You missed college. Get yourself back. Go and enroll, mate. Yeah, I think Northwich are the team we want to try and avoid. So, okay, so it's 3-0 in the replay. Did it go to pens? Does that go to pens? Who's gone through there? I don't know. I don't know what happens there. Do we just play them both and see what happens? Who won that? So it was a draw after extra time in the replay, but it didn't show me penalty shootout or anything. Are they playing a 3rd game? They must be playing a 3rd game. Oh well. Arsenal signed Trevor Sinclair of all the players. He looks decent, to be fair. He does look decent. Right, we're back to league action. We're playing one of the newly promoted sides, Blythe Spartans, who haven't had a great start. They've only won 2 games and they've lost 11. So yeah, we are probably favourites for this one. Where are you in the league? We're currently 6th. Got a game in hand over Boston, and we'd overtake them. if we win that. Potentially, depending on goal difference, we could see a bit of a rise up to maybe fourth. Northwich Victoria, I think they dropped points at the end of the last stream, didn't they? And yeah, I think they dropped points at the end of the last stream, and we didn't capitalise on it. We maybe only drew or something like that. So we're 9 behind them. Got loads of football left to play. When do we play Northwich, actually? That could be a good thing to look up. Is it going to be right at the end? January. So, we're in November now. We might actually get to that tonight if we're quick. Right, Blythe Spartans, we're playing away. Howard Forrington. I think he played for Stevenage, or he did a pre-season with Stevenage years ago. I do remember that. And we're 1-0 down. Maybe we need to take some of the advice that we were being given in the YouTube comments. Maybe we don't. Answer Owusu makes it 1-1. And the advice was to change up the passing. Jason Goodliff has scored his second of this stream. 2 in 2 for our captain at the back. I'm feeling good. I am feeling good. Yeah, we win our games in hand. And we will go 7 behind Northwich, which isn't a bad start to the stream. They must be... Yeah, we're flying. We're flying 4-1. Northwich must be dropping points. Where are they? Yes, they're losing to Morecambe. And Jack Midson, who we sold to Morecambe, has done us a massive favour and scored against them. That's a bit of a shock, isn't it? Yeah, Morecambe are down the bottom. They're 14th. So there we go. We are making ground. We're making ground. Maybe not a pointless season, Dylan. We are making ground. I probably should make some subs. I didn't make any subs in the last game because I was too busy chatting. Doing this purely based on fitness. Nothing else. We'll stick Arnold in there. Fisher in there. Who else? Who else needs a rest? Who needs a breather? Exposito can play left back. So we could bring off Denny Ingram and just do that. Move Webster over to right back. There we go. 3 subs in the 82nd minute. Better late than never. There we go. Beautiful. Second win of the stream. Good start. Good start. Loads of football left for us to play. Northwich got a point back in the end. So that's, I'd say we still gained 2 on them. Have we? Is my maths failed me there? What I don't understand about this either is players' contracts just seem to randomly become unprotected at random points in the season. So like Phil Jagielka, who would be a brilliant sign for us, is not interested. Of course he's not. But yeah, the 1st of December and his contracts just come up. Which is interesting. I don't know why. Times were obviously different back then. Back in the good old days. But yeah, we'll check the league. Because last I saw we were 7 behind. And that was with Northwich losing, I believe. Yeah, still 7 behind. That's good. My maths was right. We gained 2 points. We'll take it. We'll take it all day. Stephen Melton. He's not playing for Brighton at all, is he? Did we get a scout on him? Let's get a scout on him. He's available for 7k as well. Worried about Owusu's fitness. He's got 17 for stamina. Don't worry about his fitness. Yeah, he's really having a good season. Considering we signed him and didn't really play him a lot last season. He only played 2 games for us. He scored 7 in 14 starts in the league so far. So we will take that all day for 8 grand. Border Delighted. Joff Van Sittart. We haven't played Joff Van Sittart since he got sent off for headbutting someone. So yeah, he's kind of fallen out of favour since then. I kind of lost a bit of trust. Hello, we got 4 African players that were being recommended. Another right back. I remember we signed a lot of right backs last season. Philip Anyanka. The scout likes him. To be fair, he's got 2 caps for Nigeria already. Will he take squad rotation? No, he wants too much money. That could have been a decent signing, you know, because I bet he'll be worth some money when he gets a club. Got a player from Chad. 1 for finishing. I don't think he's going to be for me. Virgil Nabati. He could be a good little player. What's his heading to? Good flair though. Good flair, good technique. Finishing's decent for the level. Pace is decent for the level. He can pass. I don't know. I feel like I've got Watkins and I've got Owusu, and he's not better than either of them, I don't think. But there we go. Scouts are finding players in Africa for me now. Don't mind that. Oh, Farnborough beaten Northwich, so we're going to be playing them in the 3rd round of the FA Trophy. I feel a lot better about that. If PSG win the cup, I get Conference League. If they lose, I get nothing. They're going to win it. There you go. Florian Wirtz has just got me the Conference League. Yeah, they're going to win it. How many seasons has it taken you to get up to League 1? League 1. Mark Steen scores goals, but he's 36. I'm kind of we're trying to build the club up, so I don't think that would be the most sensible signing I would have ever made. Dave Venables doesn't want to sign a new deal. I'm going to offer him one anyway. He probably doesn't like where I'm sending him. Where am I sending Dave Venables? Where have I been sending Dave? He's not assigned at the moment. He has come up with some decent players, though, to be fair. We signed Esposito. I think he wanted too much money. Right, where are we going to send Dave then? He wants to leave, so let's send him somewhere really shit. Where would be a horrible place to go? Oh, quite nice, really. We'll send him Asia. I'm not saying Asia's horrible. I'm just going to send him there. He was in the league by the 6th season, then got relegated, went straight back up and came 5th my first season back. That's a bounce back ability at its finest. Alan Carrington, where are we going to send Alan? Send him to the Caribbean. That's not a bad place to go and scout, is it? Imagine just sitting back in the Caribbean, just watching football, getting a tan all day. That's not a bad place to be, is it? Not too bad. And I feel like we're in a pretty decent place. We're now 7 behind Northwich and we've got to play them still. And it's still only December. We've still got time to get a little bit of a title charge on. If they draw a couple more games, the odd loss every now and then, we're in. We're ready. We're playing Forest Green, so this will be a game in hand, or this will give Northwich a game in hand over us. I don't really want to change a winning side, to be fair. I don't see any point in making any changes, so we're just going to crack on. We're going to crack on. Forest Green are 1-0 up. And similar to the last game, we went 1-0 down and we've turned it around almost straight away. Goals from Canado and goals from Dale Watkins. Another from Watkins, 3-1. We've hit a bit of a sweet streak of form here. I've got to remember to make my subs a little bit earlier here. Yeah, Dean Martin, first goal of the season for him. We're flying. We're absolutely flying. I'm just going to check fitness now. Is there anyone I just want to give game time to here? We'll bring on Aguado. Just because he's young and the game's won. Unless something goes very, very wrong. Remember, we signed Aguado on a free and he's already worth 12 grand. Scored 1 goal off the bench for us already. So we're just kind of trying to sign these young players on a free and trying to get their value up really more than anything. Fisher can come on. We'll make one more. Matty Bird. We'll do Bird for Arnott. There we go. Porto won the Champions League in this save. Well, they did win it in real life, to be fair. Did Mourinho go back and manage them or something? There we go. Aguado with another goal off the bench. It's 5-2. And another goal, 6-2. So if all the teams around us lose, we're second and 4 behind. We'll take that. That's a big result. Because I think it's going to be tight come the end of the season. So boosting our goal difference like that, I don't mind that at all, lads. I'm more than happy for us to go and stick 6 past someone. Francesco Farioli won it. I don't even know who that is. Don't even know who that is. There we go. The club, we just broken the club record for the high scoring game in the conference. Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, he's the manager in real life. Fair play. Fair play. I don't feel like I follow Portuguese football as closely as I should. Because I watched a bit of I watched a bit of sport in Arsenal. I think I lasted about 6 minutes before I fell asleep, and that was me done for the night. But when I was watching the build-up, they were going through the sporting side. I was thinking, that's a decent side. Yeah, Portuguese football, the standard of the top sort of 3 or 4. It's pretty good, isn't it? Dylan, being a Scottish football guy, did you see or have you heard about the incident where the Aberdeen left back got away with a yellow card after a VAR review of an off the ball challenge, where essentially he's just gone and essentially punched the Hibs striker Eldin in the back of the head. The referee's gone over and looked at it in VAR. Yeah, that was the day. Looked at it in VAR. Can see he's clearly just hit him in the back of the head off the ball. And he's just gone, all right, yellow card. Yeah, we'll give him a yellow. It was the weirdest VAR decision I've seen in a long, long time. Right, Vans Trophy. I said I was going to rotate. I'm going to stick to my word because I want to keep some squad players happy. But I do want to stay competitive in the league. So I tell you, we'll play Richard Dean in goal. We will do a full rotation here. You haven't seen it. Worth a watch. It made me laugh. Yeah, it'll be on Twitter somewhere. But yeah, he's just clouted Eldin round the back of the head. We'll do Dalberg, we'll do Bentley and Basham. There we go. Holding midfield, we'll go Andy Arnott. Probably do Fisher. So let's do Fisher, let's do McMahon, and let's do Jed Kilty. Then the two up front, we'll go Anthony Eldin, and we'll give the youngster a run out, Aguado. This could end pretty badly. I don't know what the standard of some of these lads are. We'll do Dean Martin on the bench and Owusu. Yeah, it could end badly, but like I say, my main focus is on the league now. Now that we got a little bit of a sniff, that's where we want to keep momentum going. And to be fair, these lads, you know, if they're doing well in games like this, they might play their way into the side. Dylan's sending laughing faces. I'm guessing he's seen the incident. How bizarre is it? The fact that the referee has gone, right, I'm going to have a look at this. And he sees it in slow motion, off the ball. He's just hit him in the back of the head. And just given the lad a yellow. Yeah, it was bizarre. I just had to laugh. You had to laugh. Such a weird incident. I tell you what, the lads ain't doing too badly, yeah? Exeter just got relegated from the league last season. And we're holding our own. The reserves are holding their own here. 3-3. What a game this is for the neutrals. Do we make subs? We could go and nick it. Maybe we'll kind of half go for it and we'll bring on Owusu for Eldin, who is the father of the player that we were just talking about getting it in the back of the head, coincidentally. Is there going to be a late winner for either side here? I think this just goes straight to pens, so I don't have to worry too much about fitness and extra time. Does it go straight to pens? No, it is extra time. Half time and extra time. I'm not going to make any more subs. I'm not going to risk any more injuries to the first teamers. Oh, Wusu nearly won it. We have gone to pens. Canado, Owusu, Richard Dean on penalty number 3. Are you sure? The goalkeeper. No, we'll stick a striker on. So it goes Canado, Owusu, Aguado, Dalberg and Bentley. I want Fisher taking one. So we go Fisher. Do I want Bentley taking one? Not ahead of Kilty. And then probably you want to go Sam McMahon as your next one up. Do I? Yeah. We'll do Sam McMahon as the next man up. Then we're into the defenders. That's fine. Jim Bentley could take one before the goalkeeper. Had Richard Dean, my 18-year-old goalkeeper, taking like the second penalty. Bizarre. Right, here we go. First penalty shootout, I think. Canado's missed his. Exeter has scored all theirs. Aguado's missed his. Fisher keeps it alive. Oh, no one wants to win this. Nobody wants to win this. What's going on here? We missed 3, they missed 2. A bit of a rubbish penalty shootout. But we are out of the Vans trophy. And like I say, we put the reserves out. And they did give a good account of themselves. There's a couple of players there that I was looking at thinking they could be ready to jump into the first team if needed. Keep an eye on this one. Hayes versus Northwich Victoria. We want Hayes to do us a bit of a favour here. What's the Vans Trophy? What do they call it now? Is it the Papa John's now or something like that? Or it was the Papa John's. It's kind of like that lower league trophy where I think it's League One and below, and I think maybe now even like the Premier League's under 21s playing it. It's a nothing thing. But it used to be called the LDV Vans, and it was the Johnston's Paint. I don't know what it's called now. Is it the Vago Insurance Trophy or something like that? Real Hawk Maestro, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome in as a first time chatter. What game is this? This is Championship Manager 0102. We've gone retro. We're going retro for this stream. Yeah, it's the Vertu. That's exactly what it is, Dylan. See, I'm not massively fussed. What I am fussed about, though, is Norwich Victoria have dropped points. They have dropped points, which means that we're now 5 behind them, although Doncaster and Margate both have games in hand. This is going to get tight. This is going to get tight. I thought that was for League 2 and League 1 clubs. No, it goes down a conference, yeah. It goes down a conference, or the conference... At least it used to go down a conference. They might have changed it when they put in the under-21s teams and stuff like that. I tried playing a Championship Manager game, but find it quite hard to focus on. Which game did you try playing? Do you play Football Manager? Where can you get CM0102? So there's a website dedicated to it. I think it's just champman0102.co.uk, and you can download it on there. You can get updated databases. I mean, originally I got my first copy of it as a demo in a cereal box when I was a kid. So times have changed now, but yeah, you can get the full digital download online now. For free, which is good. I believe it was Championship Manager 2008. Okay. So the story behind the Championship Manager and the switch to Football Manager. So 2005 was the first Football Manager. It had been Championship Manager from like 1993 all the way up until 2005. And that they basically had like two developers developing one game. So you had like Sports Interactive and you had IDOS developing the game up until that point. I think I'm right in saying that. And then Sports Interactive went off and made Football Manager. There was a split, and then they kind of carried on making Championship Manager, but the guys who had the most input into the Championship Manager games before the split went off and made Football Manager. So that's kind of like the natural route for the game. So Championship Manager 2008 was I think it was an IDOS game, and it kind of, since the split with Sports Interactive, it kind of lost momentum. So yeah, the Championship Manager games after 03-04 weren't as great, to be fair. So people would have been playing Football Manager 2008 while you were playing Championship Manager. So yeah, I don't think I played a Championship Manager after 03-04. So yeah, that may be why you didn't enjoy it as much. But do you play Football Manager now? Okay, so Norwich Victoria have played again. They've won again. So let's do some maths. So if we win this, we'll be on what, 38 points? We'll be 5 behind. We've got a game in hand now. And it's against Yeovil, who are doing okay as well. They are 6 behind us in 8th, but we've got a game in hand over them. So yeah, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. You've been playing FM23, 24, 26 and got 1,000 hours on each game. Love that. Yeah, I played a lot of FM24. Yeah, I played a lot of FM24. In fact, I was playing an FM24 save all the time, even earlier on today. And then I haven't really got into FM26, which is why I've gone back to Champman and doing my little retro streams and things like that. But yeah, I was big into streaming on FM24. That's where I started streaming, really. But fair play. Who's your save with at the moment, Real Hawk? Tell us about it. The first Football Manager Dylan saw was Football Manager 2010. I used to always see it in game, but I didn't have a computer at the time. Yeah, 2010. I think, did it kind of... I'm trying to remember. It took a little bit of a dip, didn't it? I feel like it took a little bit of a dip around that sort of FM10. I remember FM05, 2005 being unbelievable. Like, it was completely different to the layout of Champman 0304. And it just being unbelievable. But then FM11 was a really good game. And you could get, I think Lee Griffiths was unbelievable on FM11. Might be controversial now, but I remember always used to sign him. Spark, I've just bought a 16-year-old academy striker on for his debut and he scores straight away. Beautiful. Beautiful. Don't you just love it when that happens? But yeah, I was looking and there's I don't know if they're legitimate downloads or whatever, but I was thinking, what do we do after this, getting Stevenage to the Premier League? Do we go to it for like another, maybe like a Championship, a Football Manager 2005 or something like that? And there's quite a few of the old Football Manager games seem to be available to download. So maybe we'll continue with the retro themes with the streams, and maybe go and do a little bit of an old Football Manager. Right, we've got a save update from Real Hawk. So I'm on FM24 right now for my Exeter City save, where I started at FC Goot. I brought Goot from the 4th tier to the 1st tier, but left to Exeter City in the Championship, where they were in the relegation zone. I brought them to the top, won the FA Cup and a pen shootout, and won the Prem, Carabao Cup, FA Cup and Europa League in the season after, due to insane signings I did because of my Euro charge. And I've been buying amazing players and youth talent recently. Love that. FC Goot has been relegated from the 1st and 2nd tier since I left them. Who are FC Goots? Where are they? So that save must have gone on for years. Yeah, the FM24 save that I always go back to. I think I've just got into 2040 on it. I was at Hibs for a long time, and then now I'm at Brentford and trying to win the Champions League and the Premier League with Brentford. But yeah, I just love that game. I just think I feel like it was so much better in terms of like the layout and everything was where I wanted it than FM26. So I can't get into FM26 now. Dylan's got a new stadium built, 20,000 capacity. Love that. And he thinks his next save is going to be Burton Albion. Why Burton Albion? What's drawing you to Burton? Who are we playing? We're playing Yeovil. Let's get this team picked for Yeovil. We're doing Denny Ingram at left back, weren't we? Exposito at right back. Goodliff was in. Simon Vella played. Beard was my holding midfielder. He's been a great signing from Margate, to be fair. Was it like $4,000 we signed him for? $9,000. And he's got 6 assists in 12 games. Playing holding midfielder. Brilliant signing. We had Canado, we had Bird, and we had Dean Martin. Then up top it was Owusu and Watkins. And we kind of did that, didn't we? And had Martin making the run through the middle. Who did we have on the bench? Webster, that's it. Webster, we had Arnott. Fisher and Aguado. There we go. And it was a good shout to rotate, because all the lads that played in that last game are knackered now. So I think we made the right decision rotating. I'm in 27-28 right now, and FC Goods is a semi-professional team in the 4th tier of Sweden. They're in the Division 2 Norra Svedland in real life, and at the start of FM24. Love that. It's almost a little bit like a Graham Potter sort of scenario, isn't it? Going from sort of lower league in Sweden, bringing a team up the ranks there, and then moving to a championship club. I like that. So you like Burton because they've got good training, good youth. I'm tempted to do youth only. Yeah, I like the sound of youth only. That's something I could get into, I think. Man United also 20th in the Premier League in my save. Love to see it. We all love to see that. Who do you support, Real Hawk? Who's your team in real life? Started as the Graham Potter challenge. There we go. God, I know me stuff, don't I? I know me stuff. It sounds like you're doing well with it, to be fair, mate. I'm expecting this to be a bit of a tougher game than the last couple. Yeovil are a good side. I think I say it every time we play them. This is a good Yeovil side. Okay, 0-0 at half time. Not the end of the world. If everything stays as it is, Doncaster go ahead of us and they'll have a game in hand. But we'll still be what? If it stays a draw, we'll be 7 behind Northwich, which is kind of better than where we started the stream. So it's progress nonetheless. But we could really do with winning this. This would be a really good game for us to win. There we go, Watkins. You can always trust the Watkins. Let's try and manage this game a little bit now. Fresh legs in Canado and Andy Arnott. Maybe we don't ask Martin to go forward as much. We're going to go down to normal from attacking and try and see this out last 10 minutes here. Come on. Get in there. What a good win. What a great win. Yeah, I like that a lot. Don't know if I'm just going to do youth take only or just sign players 19 or under. Yeah, see, I was thinking about doing something like that. On Champmano 102, just picking a club and only doing youth intake. But what I've realised, and you'll see with Stevenage, is no youth players come through. I think they just come through pretty sporadically. I mean, is there any new youth players? They just kind of pop up. So yeah, we've got no youth players that have come through, and we're halfway through season 2. So I don't know how that would work. Maybe I could do it that I could only sign players under the age of 18 or something like that. But yeah, you could do it either way, mate, couldn't you? My family supports Man City, but I support my local teams, Ipswich and Colchester. I live in an area where both stadiums are 20 minutes away from where I live. Nice. Who would you lean to more out of Ipswich and Colchester? Do you have a favourite out of the two? I didn't know Monaco only had a 70,000 capacity stadium. Yeah, I've seen the Monaco stadium in real life. I went to Monaco a few years back. It's a pretty impressive sort of structure. I think it's either one. I think it's got like the basketball arena and the football stadium all in one, kind of on top of each other. So like, I think the football stadium's sort of like on the top tier of the building, and then underneath it you've got the basketball arena. But yeah, it's a pretty good setup. Even if it is only 17,000, it's a nice place. I wouldn't mind playing my football in Monaco, if I'm honest. I'd lean to Ipswich because I've been to the Premier League promotion parade 2 years ago. I love their style of play. Kieran McKenna is a genius. Yeah, I think. I think Kieran McKenna he's a very, very good young coach. I think it wouldn't surprise me, no disrespect to Ipswich, if he did get a good job. I say good job. A big club came in for him at some point. He kind of did his apprenticeship almost at Man United, didn't he, as like an assistant, and he's gone and he's done a fantastic job with Ipswich. Here we go. David Provorot recommends a 23-year-old defensive midfielder, Sibadou Delaunay. Delaunay. Oh, I like the tackling. He's got the heading. He's got the marking. He could be a good centre back, as well. Decent strength, work rate. I like this guy. I like this guy a lot. Let's see if we can get him in. Important first team player. We can afford him. Minimum, yeah. If someone came in for 180 grand for him, they can have him. We can afford him. Work player minutes could be a problem here. Kieran McKenna turned Chelsea down last year to stay with Ipswich in the Championship. Yeah, I'm a Chelsea fan. I do remember that. Might do the Burton save on FM24. Do you prefer FM24 to FM26, Dylan? You do. You still like FM26? Yeah, I mean, I keep trying to come back to it. It's just a little bit too glitchy. It's not necessarily like the game itself. I think if the game ran fine for me, I'd probably be all right with it. I'd probably be streaming it right now. But yeah, it's just the fact that it's just so glitchy even now. Like even after the updates, I'm still getting problems with it. Just things not popping up where you expect them to be. It just bothers me. The extra clicks are awful. Yeah, yeah. I loved the simplicity of FM24. Just everything where you want it to be. Everything made sense. You had the menus were there. You didn't have to click too far to find anything. Things popped up in your news items that just seem to have disappeared now. Yeah, I just prefer it. I bought a Steam account for £5 the other day of FM24 and it. Love that. I lost my FM24 because I got rid of my Game Pass. Fair enough. You can't beat that. Sunderland 2, Tottenham 0 tomorrow's my prediction. I would love it. I would absolutely love it. I was saying to my missus earlier, I'm in a bit of a dilemma because obviously Chelsea play City, and I really don't want Arsenal to win the league. So if I know I'll probably get some hate from Chelsea fans for saying this, but if Chelsea did lose, if we did lose to City, would I be gutted? Probably not. Probably not. They got rid of it on the Epic Game Store and on Steam. Yeah, probably because they just want to push more people towards the new game. I think I was saying before, it kind of makes business sense, doesn't it, to do that? None of my scouts want to sign a new deal, which is frustrating. So they're probably all going to leave at the end of the season. Oh, this is big news for the conference. Justin Jackson is an absolute bagsman. He's got 11 in 14 in the league this year. He scored 35 in 46. If he was to leave this league, and I've tried to sign him, if he was to leave this league, I wouldn't be too unhappy. Put it that way. I hope Tottenham stay up only because they're more likely to loan Mikey Moore to us next season if they stay up. Yeah. Yeah, that. Can you imagine Spurs going down? I want Spurs to go down just because I'm a Chelsea fan and I think it'll be hilarious, and it would soften the blow of Arsenal winning either the Champions League or the Premier League. But I mean, at first, when I was sort of on a bit of a poor run, I was going, "Oh, you could go down here. You could go down here to like me Spurs supporting friends." And now it's like a serious like, "Oh, you could actually go down here." And they're kind of going, "Yeah, Spurs haven't turned anything around, have they?" I'd rather lose a game and stay in the spot we are in right now if Norwich was about to win the league. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. That's kind of where I'm at. Mikey Moores will leave Spurs if they go down, because if Spurs go down, they will not get up because all their players will leave, and they'll be stuck with the under 21s. Do you? I think I said this in one of my earlier sort of streams. Do you know what would make sense for Spurs to do? Take like Xavi Simons for example, or like or Christian Romero. The best thing they could do is go right to the superstars. Are going right. I want to leave because I want to be playing in the Premier League. The best thing they could do is loan them out for a season. Go right. We're going to loan you out. Give us a season to get back up, and then when you come back to us, you'll be a Premier League player again for us. They'll loan them out to, I don't know, another big club somewhere around the world. If I was Chelsea, I'd take Van der Ven on loan all day long for a season, or Romero. Um, so I could see them doing that, and then, like you say, using the likes of like the Mikey Moores in their squads, the Archie Greys, to get them back up. And of course, it's a risk that they might not have the quality to get back up. Um, but yeah, that's what I would be looking at doing if I was in that position. Some players might take them up on it and go, yeah, fair enough, all right, we'll give you a season. I think the thing you've got to remember is that these players are under contract. If Spurs turn around and say, no, you're playing for us in the Championship, you got us into this mess, you get us back out of it, they're under contract. What are they going to do? Refuse to play? What what does that say about them? I don't think I don't think Mikey Moore's going to have players like Mikey Moore. No disrespect to him, I don't think they're going to have a massive amount of options, really, are they? We are playing at home to Woking, one of our local rivals. I'm going to put Jim Bentley in at left back. He hasn't played a lot, but when he has played, he's been better than my other choice for left back, Robertson. That's the only change we're going to make, and that's just for a suspension. This is a bit of a rivalry for Stevenage. I think Rangers is the best club he could go to. Yeah, if they wanted to get rid of him, if they wanted to get rid of him, um, it would make sense for him to go to Rangers. But he's the type of player that I could see. He's the type of player that I could see them going right. You're going to play for us in the Championship, and he'd be quite happy with that. Yeah, like you say, he said he wants to stay at Tottenham. Yeah, I could see it. I think Tottenham want to loan him back out. We're already after him. Yeah. I don't know what they're going to do. That's literally just what I would do if I was in that situation. I'd be saying, right, these are the players that we think are would benefit from a season in the Championship, like a Mikey Moore. Um, even like the likes of Jed Spence. Is he going to have a lot of interest from other Premier League clubs? You've got to remember, these lads have just got relegated with Spurs. Um, we're drawing this game here. We're drawing this game. Oh, we have drawn this game. I've been drawn into the Spurs chat. I've been drawn into talking about how much I hate Spurs, and we drop points. Oh, Norwich Victoria 1-1-0. Balls. Michael Beale took his kids to the game against Dundee United. What's going on here? Danny Wells already started talks with Tottenham. Michael Beale says that a lot. Still loves the club after what all the fans have said about him. Oh, this is Michael Beale. Fair enough. Right, Sibidou Delaunay looks like he is going to be happy to join as long as he can get that work permit. And I think he'll be a good little signing for us. Really, love the work rate, love the tackling, the teamwork. Influence is good. Passing, technical ability, but do you need that in the conference? I don't know. I think we just need people that are just going to run around, win the ball, and give it to our better players. Give it to the Canados. Give it to the Owusus. Jackson is going to Brentford. That is wonderful news for us. Keister's going to Preston. We were interested in this Keister, but he is 32. He is 32. I think our midfielders that we brought in are probably better, if not as good as him. Play the first game in the new stadium, a 4-0 win against USG in a friendly. Is that the Belgian side? Pretty much sold out for a pointless friendly. Hey, it's a new stadium. People want to see it, don't they? Oh, I tell you what, they are loving. Dave Provorov is loving Africa. Bicco. Where does he play? Where would you play him? They're saying he's where do they attacking fullback? Is he an attacking fullback? I don't think he's for me, you know. How the other guys getting on? The Caribbean, we got some lads here. Neil Weaver, Jamie Wood. He's got a cap for the Cayman Islands. Russ Beebe. Yeah, none of them are blowing me away, to be fair. He really likes this Bicco lad. Am I missing something with him? Maybe he's just got a lot of potential. Tackling's not great. Would he be in rotation? It'd be interesting in coming as a rotation. I want to see what the hype is around this lad. We could afford him. Let's offer him a deal. There you go. We've offered him a deal based on what the scouts are saying. Kang Min Ho. He played for Sung Yongkwon University. And as a striker, he scored 3 in 24. No, it's not for me. Not for me. 270k in gate receipts from one game. Last season, we made 740 grand in gate receipts. Yeah, you're going to enjoy that new stadium, mate. Yeah, enjoy that while that lasts. How are we doing for time? We've got plenty of time. We have got plenty of time. This is a big game. Doncaster have just lost their star striker. Is that going to be a big enough blow for us to take some points off of them? It's second versus third. It's important because they've got a game in hand over us, and Northwich have got quite a favourable fixture themselves against Stalybridge, who are 12th. So we could really do with nicking some points here. We could really do with taking all three. Denny Ingram's going to come back in at left back. Simon Beard isn't having a great time of it fitness-wise. Andy Arnott, we're going to trust Andy Arnott in for this one. Canado, he's fit enough to play. He's fit enough to play. Let's go. We're playing Doncaster at home. Massive game. Second versus third. Oh, it's Boxing Day as well. Merry Christmas, everybody. Let's get 3 festive points, please. Couldn't have come at a better time. We're fucked financially. Projected minus 27. Ooh, minus 27 million at the end of the season. That's before the Conference League money. You're going to need a lot of Conference League money, my friend. A lot of it. There we go. 1-0. Answer Owusu gets the goal. How are Northwich Victorias doing? They are 0-0. They're 0-0 at half time. Come on, Stalybridge. Come on, Stalybridge. This would put us 4 behind if everything stays the same. But we've got to hold our nerve for everything to stay the same here. We're still on attacking. We might want to change that at some point. I think we're going to change it now. Unless there's a goal here. There is a goal. Tristan Whitman. Oh. Shit. Shit on it. Right, Matty Bird. We're going to put on another striker in Aguado. I don't know how Northwich Victoria are doing at the moment. But if they're dropping points, I really need to win this game if they're going to be dropping points. Let's have a quick look. They're losing, so we'd be gaining a point on them. But then Doncaster would still be 1 point behind us with that game in hand. We need a goal here. Come on, lads, we need a goal. We're going to go long. Oh, we didn't get it. We didn't get the goal. We drew against Doncaster, which isn't the worst result in the world on paper, but when you look at the context of Northwich Victoria losing to Stalybridge, we've made another point back. We're only 6 behind them now, and we still got to play them. Oh, we've made up. Let's look at it this way. We've made up 3 points on them in what, 5 games? That's not bad. That's not bad. Considering there's a fair amount of the season to go. I think that we play them in January as well, and we're just getting into January now, so we're going to be playing them pretty soon. We've got Barnet now. They've got Telford. It's a game that we should be winning. It's a game that they should be winning. So we've got Barnet, Scarborough, Boston, Farnborough, Margate, and then Northwich. Margate are up there as well. Farnborough 7th. So a couple more tough games. But like I say, this is a tough league because everybody is fighting for one promotion spot. You have to be the best in the league to go up. There is no playoffs. There is no second place getting promoted. We're going to have to rotate a little bit here. Jason Goodliff isn't fit. Colin Webster's going to come in for him. Dean Martin, 92%. He's going to have to play. Andy Arnott, he was going to come out for Simon Beard anyway, so that's not the end of the world. And Canado, we'll go Matt Fisher in for Canado. We'll play Fisher through the middle. Is there anybody else we want to bring in? Games are coming thick and fast now. It's that Christmas sort of New Year period, and it's tough when you're part-time. We're away to Barnet. We're underway at the Underhill, and Jack Lester has scored an early penalty. Oh, Strevens has made it too. Now we've been given a penalty. Webster scores that. Matty Bird's injured. Whoa, what a 17 minutes we have seen here, by the way. Canado's going to have to come on. I didn't want to play him. He's going to have to. I probably should have put a fitter midfielder on the bench. But such is life. Canado comes off the bench and makes it 2-2. How are Northwich doing? Is the big question. They're 2-0 up against Telford. We drop down to 4th if everything stays the same. we could do with nicking a point here. Doncaster and Dagenham have both overtaken us here. Doncaster are 1-0 up against Woking, where are Dagenham? They're 2-0 up against Bath. So we've got to assume that all the teams around us are going to win this game. And we've got 45 minutes to try and find ourselves a winner. So let's just focus on our game for now. Let's not worry about what's going on around us. We're going to have to roll the dice a little bit here. Aguado's going to come on. I don't think we're going to change shape just yet. We can push Fisher up into the front three if we need to. Dean Martin's struggling for fitness. Andy Arnott is going to come on for Dean Martin. That's what we're going to do. Get in now. Dale Watkins. Dale Watkins. What a signing. He scored 12. That's his 13th in the league. And he only cost us 10 grand from Kettering. What a signing. Let's try and shut this up a little bit, shall we? Let's just try and shut this up a little bit. Do we even? Let's not pin ourselves back too much. We'll push Fisher up, but we'll ask these two to sit, and we'll ask the two fullbacks to sit. Let's see this out. Come on, get in now. Did anything change around us? No. Northwich won 2-0. Doncaster won 2-1. Tristan Whitman, who's obviously going to be Justin Jackson's replacement, scores. That's his third goal in 2 games. He scored one past us the other day. Dagenham and Redbridge have got Junior McDougall, another bagsman from the conference. He looks very, very good, doesn't he? They won in the end as well. So, still 6 behind. Doncaster and Dagenham do still have games in hand, and they're only 1 point behind us. Bird's going to be out for 2 weeks. He got injured earlier on, didn't he? And they're pleased with a win over Barnet. That's good. We always want to keep the board happy. Bicco, we're going to wait for a transfer. We're going to wait for his work permit to come through. See if anything comes from that. John Spicer, does he want to move? He's got no interest. I'm going to offer him a deal anyway because he is a good player. And I would love it if he would come and sign. Looks like he's going to be released on a free, so maybe we can get him if we get promoted. Maybe he'll drop down from being an Arsenal Academy player to Division 3, which of course is now the new League 2. I say new League 2. It's been League 2 for years, isn't it? But you know what I mean. Found some more players in the Caribbean for us. Let's check them out, shall we? I think we looked at these guys. Joseph Dunwell we didn't look at. Bermudan striker. He's all right. I don't think he's better than Owusu or Watkins. That's kind of where we're at this stage. We only want to sign players that are going to be better than what we've got. This lad could be better than what we got. He's only scored 9. I was going to say he's only scored 9, but he's only played 20 games in his career. So he's got the pace. He can head it. He can finish. He's got determination, which I like. Takan Anouk. He only wants to be backup as well. Oh, this could be a great signing. This could be a really nice signing. We can afford him. Joseph Babel. Is he better? Let's have a look. Is he better than Arjun Van Houston? I'm going to say he looks like he might be. No, I think Van Houston's better, isn't he? Yeah, the only thing that Babel beats him on is acceleration, decisions, determination, handling, and influence. Handling was the one that made me go, "Oh, is he better?" Work rate and technique, which is not too important. Yeah, I think we're going to stick with our Dutch goalkeeper. Ian Wright's contract is up at Hereford. How he's having an okay season. Don't think he gets in our side. Adams. I think I just looked at him because he was on the transfer list. Kevin McBride. Now, he's one that I was interested in signing from Cumnock over in Scotland, I believe. He's having a good season. Will he come and be back up over here? No, he won't. Fair enough. Well, that's just silly. He said he wouldn't come because he was happy at Cumnock. But he's actually just rejected Cumnock. Mate, that makes sense. Steve Walters just wants too much money to stay, doesn't he? He's probably going to leave at some point. Dylan is downloading FM24 for his laptop. Love that. I'm going to need to get all the databases and skins for FM24 now. Oh, yeah, you've got to rebuild all that. And you had 2 years of getting it exactly how you wanted it as well. Cumnock's not too far from you. Ah, fair enough. Have you ever seen him play? Do you know Kevin McBride? If so, have a word and tell him to come over to Stevenage. We've won Manager of the Month for the conference. We've been doing all right. We are doing okay. We are making a bit of a fist of it. I think this is going to be a tight end to the season. We're probably not going to have time to finish the season in this stream here. But it's going to be tight. Dagenham playing Doncaster. That's an important game. That's the best case scenario, is that their game in hand is against each other because they're both a point. Yeah, they're both a point behind us. So the best thing we could hope for here is actually a draw, and then we'd all just be on 43 points. And it'd be really, really nice if Enfield in 19th place beat Northwich Victoria. So we want a draw between Dagenham and Doncaster, and we want an Enfield win, please. Will we get either? No. So Dagenham beat Doncaster 1-0. So they've leapfrogged us and gone into second, but that keeps Doncaster have basically blown their game in hand. But now we have a game in hand over Northwich to take us back to 6 points behind them. This is going to be hectic. It's going to be tight. It's going to be a game of mathematics, I think, throughout the rest of this stream. We went to school together. Tell him, mate. Get him over. The board are delighted with us now. They like the fact that we're going for it, don't they? John Spicer has rejected the contract from Stevenage. Fair enough. Fair enough. Maybe if we get promoted, he'll be interested. Anouk has agreed to sign for Stevenage, but again, I think we're waiting for 3 different African players' work permits now. This was the lad from Brighton, wasn't it? Yeah, attacking midfielder, fairly good player. I don't think he's going to be any better than what we got, if I'm honest. They're saying he's going to be fairly good. I'm looking at it, he's got good passing. Dean Martin's kind of playing that role that I could see Melton in pretty well. Cheshire United have made a bid for Twiddell. He can go. He hasn't played for us, I don't think. Have we got another Saturday off? What's going on here? None of the teams around us are playing in the top 4. When do we play? When's our turn? When we play that game in hand, that's going to be a bit of a pressure game, isn't it, really? Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a pressure game. The Conference League playoff draw has happened in Dylan Save. Go on, who you playing? Got Viborg FF or Sion. Sion are, I think they're half decent in Switzerland, don't they, Sion? You might be better off with Viborg there, I'd imagine. Okay, so this is our game in hand. Dagenham playing Blythe Spartans, who are 22nd in the league. Doncaster are playing Stalybridge, who are 11th. We've got Scarborough, who are 10th. Boston have got themselves in the mix now. They must have got a win at some point. So we've now dropped down to 4th, but we've got a game in hand over Boston, who we are 2 points behind. There's going to be a lot of teams fighting for this title. Right, Matty Bird is injured. Is Jason Goodliff fit again? He is. So Colin Webster's going to come off for Goodliff. Is it just Matty Bird we need to find a replacement for? I think it is just Matty Bird. I think we're going to go Steve Walters. He's only played one game for us this season, but it was a good game. It was a good game that he played. I think we're going to put Fisher back onto the bench, and Canedo's going to come back in. We're going to give Steve Walters a run out. And move Martin back in there. This is a bit of a pressure game for us. They're 10th in the league. It is a potential banana skin. As usual, we go 1-0 down. That just seems to be what we do. Sion scraped past a team from Belarus. This is going to be my second season in Europe in this save. How did you get on your first sort of European campaign? We're 2-1 down at half time here. The keeper's having a mare. Steve Walters is having a mare, so he is coming straight off, and Matty Fisher is going in. Or is he? Or is he? Is it going to be a Guido? I think it's going to be a Guido, and we're going to change shape. Let's go and attack a little bit more. Stick 3 up top. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to do that at half time. We are not messing around here. Got to the quarters of the Europa League a few seasons ago. Love that. Got 12th in the league phase. That's not bad at all, is it? Oh, damn Stamp. This is a bad defeat. This is a really bad defeat. Darren Stamp, ex-Stevenage player as well. Scores 2 for Scarborough. The goalkeeper's having out. I'm just going to sub the goalkeeper off. That is disgusting performance. What do we do? What do we do? We could do that. And just push everyone forward. See if we can get anything from this now. Go and attack, lads. Go and join in. Why not? Really bad. We're opening ourselves up here for this to be 5 or 6, but got to go for him. We were going to go long. I've just completely lost my head there and subbed the goalkeeper. Oh, I feel like it's justified. I feel like it's justified because I said at the start of this stream, the games that we play tonight are going to define our season, and that 4-1 defeat away to Scarborough, it could be one of those games. Dagenham did draw. Doncaster did win though. So So we have dropped down to 5th with a game in hand over Boston. Oh, and all that good work that we've done has just been completely undone with like one defeat and a couple of draws. And we're back to 9 points behind. But we've seen how quickly we can turn it around with some good results. We made up like 6 points or something in 5 games. Was it 3 points in 5 games? So it's not the end. It's not the end for this season. Sibidou Delaney didn't get a work permit. I kind of didn't think he would. He hadn't played for anyone to get a work permit. What's going on in Dylan's save? Beat Mould 8-1 in the knockout playoff round. Nice. Then 11-4 against Sparta Prague in the round of 16. Is that on aggregate? Then got beat 5-2 by Bilbao. Yeah. Mon the Scarborough. No. Up the Borough. Not Mon the Scarborough. I was going to say that would just be an insane game. Asia wasn't a good place for us to look. Only one player came up. You probably wouldn't have got a work permit. So I think he's no longer assigned. I think we're going to just, rather than send them all over the world, I kind of forgot about work permits. Easter and the Caribbean. We're going to send these lads out to Europe. So we've got someone to do Central Europe. He can do Eastern Europe. And we'll just keep scouting Europe on repeat because we managed to get in a couple of players from like Spain and Scandinavia. So the work permits don't seem to be as much of an issue in Europe. Right, Northwich are playing again. They're playing Farnborough. They love to play their games early. I can actually play European games in Anglet now. Is that the name of your stadium? Oh, they're just teasing us now. They just dropped more points. I don't think Northwich are going to win the league. I really don't think Northwich are going to be the team that go and win this. That's the name of the town. Nice. Where do you have to play them before? It's not Anglet. It's probably, if it's in France, it's probably Anglais, isn't it? Anglais. I was playing the game at the Pau Stadium. Okay. Right, massive game. Doncaster will probably beat Forest Green because they're 21st. We're playing Boston, who are 2nd. Dagenham have got a tougher game against Margate. Northwich have just dropped points. We need to beat Boston because then we've got a game in hand over them as well. Massive game. Power FC or whatever the name is. Yeah. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. I know the team you're talking about. I can't afford to rotate too much here. Steve Waters is going straight out of the team. That was a really bad performance from him. Canado needs a breather as well, so Andy Arnold's going to come in. I don't even want to see Waters on the bench. Sam McMahon can come back onto the bench. Denny Ingram's knackered, but he's going to have to play. The rest of these lads are going to have to play. We have to play our strongest team. This, dare I say it again, could be season defining. Could be season defining. We're away at Boston. They are 2nd. We are 5th. But there's only 3 points separating us. And top of the league of drop points. Got the away game against Sion now. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. And hopefully we get a bit of luck as well. generally feel nervous about this one. This could end up being one of them seasons. I thought we'd done enough in the transfer market. We obviously hadn't. We haven't really got into this game. Shots on goal. We've only had 3 shots, only 2 on target. The right back's having a meow. What are they playing? Right back's having a meow. It's an early sub at half time, but we're going to take the right back off. We cannot afford for him to be playing like that. We're going to push Fisher slightly higher up the pitch. I think we might go a bit more direct, you know. Well, we'll go mixed. The advice I was given was to go mixed passing, I believe. So we'll go mixed, see if that does anything for us. We're not just always playing short. Let's get it forward to these front men. I'll take a draw at this point. At this point, I'll definitely take a draw. Owusu has scored. Get in there. Take a draw, but would love a win. So do we bring on another striker? Is what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Strike while the iron's hot. Go and get another, boys. Come on. I thought that was going to be a goal there. Oh. Keeps us in touch. Keeps us in touch. We're only 4 points behind second. Still got the game in hand over Boston. Still 9 behind Norwich. Doesn't really change anything for us, that. So disappointing. Doncaster did beat Forest Green. Margate beat Dagenham and Ribery. So do we have to worry about Margate now as well? We do. They're only 2 points behind us. Yeah, it's just going to be so tight this season. Dylan had a really good pre-season. Won all the games apart from one. Drew 3-3 with Bilbao. That is decent, to be fair. That is decent. Fair play to you, mate. We've just drawn too many games, haven't we? If we just found the extra wins, the extra goals in them draws to give us those extra wins, we'd be flying. We're back to scouting Europe. Some of the best signings that we've made are from Europe, and I'm thinking like the likes of Canado. We probably need to get a scout looking at the UK again, but he's still in the Caribbean. When he comes back, we'll get him to look at the UK and Ireland again. We did find a couple of decent players through there. See if any new players pop up. I'm going to grab myself a quick comfort break. And I'm going to be back in a few minutes, lads. Right, we're back. I told you it'd only be a few minutes, didn't I? So, Dean Martin's out for 2 weeks. That's not good. Telford had offered a contract to Cumnock's Kevin McBride. Dylan, get on the phone to Kevin McBride now and get him over to Stevenage. He said he didn't want to come to Stevenage because he wanted to stay at Cumnock. Then he told me, he wants too much money anyway. Then he told me that he's not signing a new deal at Cumnock, and now he's talking to 17th place Telford. Got beat 1-0 in the away game. All over them, just couldn't score. Sion sounded like a tricky one for you, to be fair. Margate have won. So now they are above us by a point. We said we'd have to worry about them. They're now above us by a point, but we got a game in hand. It's just all over the place. Why can't we all just play at the same time? It would make the maths A lot easier for this time on a Saturday night, I tell you. All to play for at home. It certainly is. It certainly is. It's only 1-0, mate. And it sounds like you're probably the better side. It just sounds like it could be a tricky one. We've been recommended this striker. It looks pretty handy, to be fair. He was at Dortmund. And has been released by Dortmund, which probably tells me he's going to be a cut above our other lads. He's got nobody else interested in him. I think we have to bring him in. We can afford him. We can afford him, and he doesn't want a release clause. Now, how do I pronounce this? Thomas. We'll go with Tomas Kostelniak. That's easier than I thought. Kostelniak. Tomas Kostelniak. Alan Carrington has finished scouting the Caribbean. So we said we was going to send him to the UK. And that's exactly what we're going to do. UK and Ireland. And we'll let the other two work around the rest of Europe. That's fine. Absolutely fine. They're already coming back with players here, look. Already coming back with players. Fabio Nicosia. Right midfielder. I'm not too interested in right midfielders at the moment. And Stefan Pista. Quite happy with my goalkeeper. Fairly happy with the goalkeeper. Okay, we are in FA Trophy action here, which means I think that Norwich Victoria game is just around the corner. It is 2 big games after this one. So we're playing Saturday, then we're playing the Wednesday straight after. Do we want to rotate here? Do we want to kind of not throw it, but rotate? I think I want to rotate a little bit here. We've got 2 massive games. We got to go big for the league. I mean, Exposito isn't having a great time of it at the moment, so we're going to bring in Dalberg at right back. That's an easy rotation. We should probably... Jason Goodliff's the captain, so he's going to play. Oh, does that mean we need him, though, against Margate? I don't know. Do we just swap them both? Oh, I'm going to rotate. I've made a decision. I'm going to rotate. It's only Farnborough. Right. Robertson at left back. Alberg at right back. Webster. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do Webster and Basham with Jim Bentley at left back. Andy Arnott holding. McMahon. Walters, Kilty. And up front, Eldin, Aguado. I've made my decision. If I get knocked out the trophy, so be it. We're in a position where we cannot afford to jeopardise the league for the FA Trophy, unfortunately. On the bench, we're not going to go with a goalkeeper. We're going to throw caution to the wind. We're going to go a really attacking bench, just in case we need it. Owusu and Watkins, 2 strikers on the bench, and then Denny Ingram, who can basically play every other position apart from goalkeeper. So that's what we're going to do. Do I live to regret that? Maybe. I wouldn't regret being knocked out of the trophy if it meant that we could go strong against Margate and beat Margate, because they could be a bit of a thorn in the side. Aguado scores to make it 1-1. We always tend to go 1 behind. What can I do to stop that, apart from sign better players? We're slow starters, it feels like, which I don't mind because we win the majority of games, but are the slow starts causing us to drop points in the vital games? You know, you don't want to go to Northwich Victoria at the top of the league and concede an early goal and give them something to defend from the start, do you really? It's still 1-1 here. The ideal situation is that the second string go out, win this game, which is looking more unlikely now as we're 2-1 down. But they go out, win the game, get us into the quarterfinals, and then we can go strong for the league. Oh, I was just about to make a sub. We've been given a penalty. Webster scores it. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it the same. I'm going to keep it the same. I'm just going to trust these lads. What will be, will be. There we go. Farnborough scored. Farnborough scored. And again, we're out the trophy. But we did put our position in this competition in jeopardy by rotating heavily so we can focus on the next game. As I said, I will take being knocked out the trophy if we go and beat Margate in this next game. That's the deal. That's the deal. If that happens, I'll say it's paid off. Fine. Bicco's not signing. I don't think these African lads are going to be able to sign, you know. 2 out of 3 have said no. Kevin McBride, Dylan's mate, Kevin McBride, has agreed to sign for Telford, who are 17th in the league, but he wouldn't come to Stevenage, who are pushing for a title challenge. Make it make sense. Dylan's playing Sion in the home leg. Giancarlo Piopi with a penalty, 1-1. Malcolm Boxall, doesn't sound very French, 2-1. 3-1, you're through, mate. You're through. Unless they are Sion players. In that case, you're probably out. But it sounds like, if they're your players, it sounds like you bounce back well. Boxall came through the Newcastle Academy. Yeah, he didn't sound very French. Malcolm Boxall. Northwich, you've got Scarborough, who beat us 4-1. So, I mean, just because they beat us, that doesn't mean it's going to be a tough game for Northwich. But we are playing Margate. Similar, it's got a similar feel to when we played Boston and it was third versus second a couple of games ago. We have to win this. There's no taking a point now. We have to win this. So let's get the strongest team back out there. They should all be well rested now. They should all be raring to go. Bang up for this one. Denny Ingram. I don't think Exposito, his form's dropped massively. So what do we do? Do we move Ingram to right back and play a Robertson or a Bentley at left back? Do we play John Hampshire at right back? Or do we go Dahlberg? I'm going to go Dahlberg. I'm going to trust the young Dane. He's 25. He's not the youngest. He was getting into the Denmark squad, I seem to remember, in the last one. In the last episode. Bizarre. Webster's the other option for right back. He's definitely more of a centre back, isn't he, Webster? Let's stick with Dahlberg. Goodliff is going to partner with Simon Vella at the back. Everyone's form in that back four just seems to have dropped a little bit. I'm hoping we can just pick it up again. Even Simon Beard, he was at the start of this episode, he was a 7.4. He's now a 7.29. Canedo. It's going to be Canedo. It's going to be Fisher. And it's going to be Matty Bird. Owusu, Watkins. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I think that's my strongest side. We're going to have to go with it. Exposito can come onto the bench. Arnott, Eldin, why not? Aguado. He's scoring goals, Aguado, isn't he? He's scoring goals off the bench. Is he a wild card to start this game over Dale Watkins? Although Dale Watkins has scored some big goals, he's experienced, isn't he? He is experienced. I've just got a gut feeling. Looking at form, he's coming off the bench and he's producing a higher average rating than Watkins. But Watkins has scored more than Owusu. He's played more games, to be fair. I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to go with my gut over my head. Now Watkins has dropped to the bench and Aguado's going to start. Oh, I hope I don't regret that. We can always bring Watkins on. I hope I don't regret that. Dylan's European fixtures have come out. Olympiacos, Genk and Falkirk at home. Pushkash, Akademika, Hajduk and Vlasnia. KF Vlasnia are away. Should quite easily go through. What competition is this? The Conference League? You should go through. You should go through. I think I need Aguado to put in a performance here. I need Aguado to justify the faith that I put in here to drop experienced top goal scorer Dale Watkins. That's what I need. And as I say that, experienced top goal scorer, it just makes less and less sense. I just had a gut feeling it was going to be Aguado's day. It looks like we're going in at half time 1-0 down. Oh, we made a big mistake. Have we? The goalkeeper's playing well, which probably means that we're getting battered. Let's mix up the passing. Let's mix up the passing. I'm going to take off Canedo as playmaker, I think. I can't. There we go. He's going to have to stay as a playmaker. No, I'm gonna stick to my gut. Aguado. I think he's going to score. Oh, no. No. Owusu's off. Watkins is on. Canedo's off. Eldin's on. We got to go for it. We got to go for it. Let's do something like this. Let's change shape completely. Let's go wild. Maybe not that wild. Oh. What makes this such a gamble is that, unlike the newer FMs, you can't see what's happening on the pitch. You're going by little text updates. So a lot of this is just throwing shit at a wall and see what sticks. We're going to back three. We're going back three. It's kind of a 3-4-3 at the moment. Got one more sub. Who's it going to be? Probably Esposito on for Dalberg. That is not great. That could be real problematic for us. Bottle job, Dylan says. Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you on that one. We've gone from being 5 points behind. We're now 12 off. We're now worse than where we were at the start. And we've only played 9 league games. We played 9 league games and we dropped 3 points overall. I think we're going to have to have a real look at this transfer market now. And just bring in anybody that we think is going to be better than what we've already got. Don't think there's any English teams in the Conference League this season. Oh, you've got AC Milan and Valencia in there. I'd say they're pretty big worries as well. Oh, that's such a bad result. If we can get this lad in, the striker, I'd be happy to play him. What have we got here? Right. Any players on the transfer list that are interested in a move to Stevenage? This is what we're looking at now. I think we should potentially be looking at any of these players, like Leon Ridgewell, 60 grand. 60 grand. He's a left midfielder. His passing's decent. His pace is decent. Balance and agility's there. Does he come into the midfield maybe? We're just going to have to spend money. We've got money. So we might as well spend money and just improve what we've got and hope that we can go on a bit of a mazy run. We're 12 points behind. How have we found ourselves in this position? 23-year-old pacey striker. We're kind of looking at another striker at the moment. So I'm going to hold off. We've got a lot of Italian players willing to come in. But it's hard to know where does Thien in Italy sit against the conference? Right back, I think we've got a bit of a problem. So do we maybe target a right back? So we've got a bit of a problem. We've got players that can play there, but nobody's really nailing down that position and going, right, I'm your right back now. Is it Simon Shaw? I don't think it is. He's played 14 games in the conference and got a 6.14 average rating. So I don't think he's the answer. What do you think I'm more likely to do in this save? Win League 1 or win the Champions League? I tell you what, that's really hard because I'm guessing PSG are just absolutely dominating in League 1. I would say Champions League. You reckon the Champions League as well? I reckon that's more likely because you can see PSG being knocked out at some point in the Champions League where they're probably going to win 30 plus games in the league, aren't they? Excuse me. Yeah, I'd say I'd agree with you. There isn't another right back here. Apart from this guy, Paul Shepherd. I don't really fancy much as a right back. I don't want to go and sign Mike Duff. Let's see if my scouts come back with a right back. See, I'm surprised that they didn't win every single league. Leon won it of all the teams. Leon, they're kind of off it at the moment, aren't they? They won the league 2 seasons ago. Kostelniak, he's accepted the offer. But We're going to have to wait for a work permit for him. Frustrating. Liam Ridgewell, it's important first team player. 250 quid. Come on, Ridgie. In you come, boy. Welcome to the club. Pony team is Clermont Foot. I can't beat them. Clermont Foot. It's such a good name for a football club, isn't it? What about a right back on loan? Ben Petty from Hull. Oh, yes. Yes. He's got the marking. He's decent in the air. His tackling's okay. Strength is good. Stamina's good. Teamwork, set pieces. He's got it all. He's got it all, the lad. And he's played a few times already for Hull in Division 2. Give me him to the end of the season. I will give you 60% of his wages. There we go. Let me bring this lad in. He could be the answer at right back. Looks a decent holding midfielder as well, to be fair. Other than that, we could go for Chris Lane from Southport. Won the league with them last season. They got third last season. Blimey. Right, we've got Ridgewell. We've lost out on a nuke. Hoping we can get that Polish lad in. The one from Dortmund on a free would be, I think that'd be a really strong signing. But we've got a new midfielder. Petty loan rejected. Oh, come on. Come on, why? Adam Lillis, 2 for tackling, 3 for marking. He's not for me. Simon Shaw. We looked at him before, didn't we? He's not for us. They're below Stevenage. He'd have to be a worldie player, and he's not. David Piper. We don't sign players from Woking. We don't like Woking. Mark Williams. He's not the worst option, you know. He's not the worst option. But this lad, I was going to say he won the league with Southport. Southport did win the league, but he was on loan at Emley last season. The other option is that we go for Webster at right back. Let's try Webster at right back. We're playing Norwich Victoria, top of the league. I think, I'm going to say it now, we're only in January, but if we do not win this game, we are out of the title race. Throwing it out there, early doors. We're going to throw Webster in at right back. We're going to give him a shot. New signing Liam Ridgewell is going to come in onto... Does he go on the bench or does he just start? Sod it, let's start him. You think we're out even if we win? It's tough because there's so many teams in with a shout at the moment. Like we're 3 points off of 4th, but then 4th place is still 9 off of Norwich. So if we win this, we'll be back down to 9 with what? 20, just under 20 games to play. Hey, I would love it if Norwich did an Arsenal. I'd love it if Arsenal did an Arsenal. But I think if we win this, there's still a little bit of hope. We're still setting up that scenario that, okay, if Norwich do go and drop some points, if we can just pick up points when they drop points, we might have a chance. Whereas if we lose, we're completely out of it. I think if we win, there's still hope. A draw doesn't really do too much for us. We'd still be feeling how we're feeling right now. Colin Webster's going to come in at right back. Let's go. Let's go. This is a massive game. I said that these games will be pivotal, will define our season. This is the one. This is the one. It's cagey. There we go. Canado 1-0. That's a good start. Just get to half time at 1-0, boys. We still got Dale Watkins on the bench, the leading goal scorer. We put Aguado in. Maybe this is Dale Watkins' time to shine. Bring him in off the bench. A 2-0 Bird. How do we lose 4-1? 4-1 to Scarborough. But now we're 2-0 up against top of the league. This game. Everyone's kind of playing well. Nobody's struggling fitness-wise. So I'm wondering whether we just kind of slow these boys down a bit and go normal rather than attack him. Five minutes left. Bring on Fisher. We'll bring on Watkins. Okay. I said if we're in with a chance for the title, we have to win it. We're back to 9 points behind. We're back up the fourth. And yeah, we're 9 points behind. We've got game in hand over Margate to put us one behind them. Doncaster have a game in hand on Northwich Victoria. It's wide open again. Man. Oh, man. Dylan has beaten Olympiacos 3-0. Love that. Like you say, if you can avoid AC Milan and Valencia for as long as possible, you got a shout. Definitely got a shout. I think we're at a stage of the season where teams around us are playing in the FA Trophy, the LDV Vans. They won't be in the FA Cup now. That's where all these kind of like games in hand and things like that are coming in. We've got time for one more, I reckon. This is going to be the last game of this episode. We're playing Nuneaton. Dagenham are playing Northwich Victoria. Doncaster are playing Blythe. So we've got to see that as a Doncaster win. We're playing Nuneaton, who are 14th. Dagenham were playing who? Northwich. Yeah, Dagenham are playing Northwich. If Dagenham could do a job on Northwich, we do a job on Nuneaton. Blythe do us a favour, maybe get a point against Doncaster. It's very unlikely, I think. Yeah, they've only won 3 games all season. Let's end this on a high and see if we can go back to being 6 behind. This season's given me stress. This is more stressful than when we were completely out of anything and we were just clicking continue. Funnily enough, my scout has just recommended Ryan Morgan from Northwich Victoria. He's a left back. He looks decent. Looks okay. Good in the air. Crawley Town. Steve Restorick. He's having a good season. He can't pass a ball. Andrea These are the players we want. Andrea Bompan of Faenza. Good player for the future. 16 passing, 15 pace. Technique's okay. Left-footed midfielder. 14 aggression, agility. I like him. He can dribble, but he's got 5 for flair. Let's make an offer for Bonpan. Why not? Right. Fitness-wise, how are we doing fitness-wise? This starting 11. Not too bad. Dale Watkins is going to come back in for Aguado because Aguado hasn't scored in the games that he's been starting. Dean Martin is fit. He can come back in for... Does he come back in for Ridgewell? I think maybe he does, you know. I think Ridgewell gets dropped to the bench. We'll go Dean Martin. And there we go. Right. We're going to keep an eye on the other scores. Dagenham are already 2-0 up against Norwich Victoria. Oh, a win here would be great. A win here would completely turn around my mood from 2 games ago. We're going to make some subs, 70 minutes. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Canado off, Ridgewell on. Aguado on for Watkins, maybe. We'll do all 3. Bid for Arnott. Why not? Blythe are doing us a favour. We asked for a favour. We're getting a favour from Blythe. We're getting a favour from Dagenham. We just need a score. We just need to score. Come on. Let's go direct. Come on, someone give me a goal. No. No, no, no. Well, it's another point made back on Norwich Victoria. Doncaster didn't win. So we're 4 behind Doncaster. We're 8 behind Norwich now. It's not over. It's not over. We have let some games slip here for sure. We have definitely let some games slip here. That is not a very good feeling, but it is where we are going to be leaving it for this episode. If you're watching on the YouTube, don't forget that this is a recording of a stream. We are live on Twitch right now at the time of recording. So if you want to, you can join in the chat over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Beardiola. Give us a follow, turn on the notifications, and you'll get to see when we're live. We do this once a week, normally on a Saturday evening. And if you are watching on Twitch, Dylan, thank you very much for keeping me company in the chat tonight. Really appreciated it. Real Hawk, thank you very much for dropping in. Thank you very much for the follow. And of course, Dylan, thanks again for the sub. Much appreciated. Boys, we're going to leave it there. Until I see you again, take care.